Alright guys, WolfStar here, bringing you another Allods Online video, and this video is going to be all about mounts. That's right, I bought myself a mount, so let's get into it. So, you're thinking about buying a mount. Well, the first thing you need to do is think about how you can actually acquire one. Now there's 5 different ways you can actually acquire them. They can be bought in the item shop or cash shop by spending G potatoes either directly or through the Radiant strong boxes. 2, they could be bought in the auction house with in-game gold. 3, they could be bought or traded from other players. 4, they could be won as prizes from various GM sponsored events or raffles. And 5, there are special instances of mounts which can be picked up drops as loot. So as you can see, I've bought the Palmione Runner. I probably said that completely wrong, but still you get the idea. So this is a basic horse mount with the animations look really good. The hooves actually touch the ground, which in a lot of MMOs you'd be surprised that they actually don't. It has some cool animations when you hit the spacebar when you're standing still. It runs pretty cool. It doesn't start off going fast straight away. As you can see, it builds up speed. As you can see from the stables menu, which you hit by pressing J, you can see its rank at the top, which is rank 1 at the moment, its level, its experience, and whether it needs to be fed or not. As you can see, I've already fed mine, so I don't need to feed it anymore, but after feeding it, the speed goes up, the health goes up, and the overall experience goes up. Once that experience bar hits 10, the rank will go up, and the overall cost of the mount will actually increase. As you can see here, you can get different kind of patterns for this mount, so just for this one mount you can make it look completely different to everything else, which is really, really cool. As you can see, first mount you get, and there's loads of patterns, so easily customizable. So, I touched on feeding just then. Feeding, basically, you have to buy mount feed, which can either be bought through the item shop, auction hall, or from other players. Now, from the item shop, it is generally about 150 per 50 portions of mount feed. And it's important to feed your mount because obviously it levels it up, it makes it quicker, and it also increases the health of the mount, which is really good. Rank 2 mount require twice the amount of feed though as rank 1. For example, rank 1 only requires 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 to rank up, whereas rank 2 will require 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, so obviously it's double. So that's basics on mount feed. Different mount skins. Well, basically you can find different mount skins throughout the game. These are usually from completing in-game challenges like defeating different astral mobs, getting heroic drops, but most likely from the item shop as well that you can purchase. But these aren't available at the moment. I think you'll be able to buy these during in-game events and stuff. To switch your mount skin, you don't even need to dismount, and switching it doesn't really change the mount itself. It just changes the look of the mount, so you can feed this mount as many times as you want and then switch the look of it or straight away without even dismounting. As you can see, there's lots of different coloured mounts here. Just by switching them you can see what they look like. So very cool, very, very cool. So as you can see, it adds a lot more customization to the game just by customizing a few skins on a mount. Perfect. Just a few tips, closing notes from the video. Just if you're on the tipping edge of buying a mount or not, I recommend you do buy one. Here are some interesting notes that I found. If you don't want to feed your mount, that's fine. It won't die if you don't feed it. It will just constantly stay hungry, and it won't be as fast, and it won't have as much health, and it won't have a larger movement speed if you didn't feed it. But you can still have a mount. You can still not feed it, and it'll be fine. Also, if you have fed it a couple of times and it's leveled up, if you stop feeding it, it's not going to lose the level. It is permanent, so you will never lose that level. So if you decide to stop feeding a mount, it's fine. You don't need to suffer any consequences for doing so. Obviously, if you cast a spell, it will demount you. For example, I'll cast my healing spell now. Instantly dismounted. Yeah, simple as that. So basically, if you're in combat and someone's attacking you and your mount HP reduced to 0, it does not die. It will simply just go back to the stables and it will regenerate its HP, so it's not going to die. There's no way of you losing your mount in the game. Now you've bought it, it's yours forever. No matter if you feed it, neglect it, whatever, it will still be there when you want to use it. Another interesting tip, obviously, well, not really a tip, it's more of a, I don't know what it is, just if you hit spacebar, your mount will do a little animation, which is nice and cool. Also, I like the fact that when you start going forward, it doesn't go full movement speed for a little bit. You know, it doesn't go instantly into full speed. It builds up speed, which I like. Also, a very important tip if you wanted to sell mounts: if you've bought a mount off the item store and you're willing to sell it, don't equip it to see what it looks like, because it will bind to you. I can't stress that enough. If you want to sell it, don't equip it to look at it. Just sell it on the auction house. Don't even bother looking at it, because it will bind to you. So they're basically just a couple of interesting tips and tricks on mounts. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe to me, because it really helps. I will be doing a lot more of these types of videos as the time progresses. So yeah, catch you next time, guys.